Hi guys, it's Detecting Worcestershire here once more. It's been a while actually. I haven't uploaded for about, I think it's 3 years now, to be fair with you. I think it was November 2018 was the last upload. But 2019 I just wasn't active, and then Corona hit. Didn't really get to make much footage, to be honest. Didn't make any finds. I made a few notable finds that are just a bit further down this piece of kitchen roll that I'll show you from in between lockdowns. But this is the culmination of a hunt that I went on Sunday with a rally, and had an absolutely fantastic day, to say the least. So these are my finds from Sunday. We'll go through these first. As you can see, got a little copper button, just the same old ilk as you normally find out in the arable and pasture fields in the UK. It was once silver gilt, as you can see, but it's probably 19th century, maybe 18th century, that sort of date. Little pewter button here, again, same sort of date, provenance wise, probably 18th, 19th century. Larger dandy ones with the designs on the front, with those nice floral designs. They happen oftentimes to be 18th century. This one's pretty plain. It's difficult to put a precise date on, but nice little find. Here's a larger pewter one, probably 18th century. This looks a bit older. Of course, you can't really tell what age they are just from their condition, but you never know. This could be getting on a bit. But yeah, slightly larger pewter button along the likes of that, just a bit bigger. Here we've got a bit of an enigma, to be honest, as is this one here, which I'll go on to, and the one after that. In fact, and the one after that. So all four of these are slight enigmas, but this is a bit weird, really, because it hasn't got evidence of where there would have been a shank on the the loop of the button, but it's a bit of a strange one, and it's, to be honest with you, it's probably aluminium. It's very light, very thin, so it's probably modern, but it's worth including just in case any of you guys have any idea. This one's a lead sort of nail thing. I think used to have these in old houses and cottages for whatever purpose, but I'm not sure what now. It's been a while since I'd have read about these sorts of things or heard about these, but yeah, interesting piece that is. Any clues or possible IDs, just send them over in the comments section, guys. This one here is, I have no idea again, actually. Just having another look, see if I could think of anything. No idea whatsoever, to be honest. It might be a little lead weight. It's hollow on the inside there. On the outside, it's got a hole right in the center, little pinhole. As you can see, haven't been able to clean that out. I haven't actually got any anything to prick it out with, like a toothpick or anything, so, or a cocktail stick, should we say. Probably the best choice. That's what I used to use. Yeah, so I don't know what that is. Again, any input would be greatly appreciated. This one might be like a strap end of some sort. It's got an iron piece riveted in there, I think. There's a bit of rust there, but generally I think this is it's a bronze object, but there's a lot of corrosion on this side, so it's probably not that old. I mean, it could be old, but it's probably a piece of farming machinery. But I've got to be skeptical, obviously, because I'm an optimist. I hope it is. It could be Roman or Saxon or something along those lines, at least medieval. So got to keep your hopes up. But anyway, moving on. Large sort of lead weight of some sort. It's not, I don't think, steel yard weight. There's no evidence of there being an iron attachment to the top, which you often find on these, if they were, of course, steel yard weight, if this one was. But it's got the form and shape. I mean, it's not just a piece of excess slag lead, that you find in fields half the time from the smelting process. No, it seems like it's purposely been made into that form, and the weight's probably been standardized for whatever purpose. It's probably got a specific weight. I haven't actually weighed it, but I'm guessing that's some weight of some sort. These ring bells in my mind as being Roman or medieval, so it's always hope that it is, but it's hard to tell with things like that, to be honest. This one, I actually don't know what this is, to be honest. It looks like a transistor out of a computer, but it's a lot bigger. And if it was, it'd be the first computer ever made. It'd probably come out the Enigma machine in Bletchley Park by the looks of it. But no, No idea, to be honest. If anyone could give me an input on that. This little thing here, a couple loops attached to either side. Yeah, and there's a second, looks like a little detonator. It could be a little World War II sort of experimental explosive. But nah, I'm joking, guys. No idea, to be honest. Not a clue. Here you go. Very early Webbs and Sons bag seal, manure works. You find a lot of these in the Worcestershire area. This dig was in just north of Worcester, just outside Worcester. And you find a lot of Webb stuff in that area, or at least generally in this neck of the woods in the entirety of the West Midlands. I don't know about the rest of the UK, but Webbs and Sons crops up a lot around here. Because I think it was over Birmingham or Wolverhampton company originally, so it's I think it's West Midlands based company, at least when this one was made. This is probably late Victorian, early 20th century, something like that. So found loads of those in the past, but decent find. Half a spectacle buckle, as you can see. Probably it could be medieval, late medieval, 17th century, something like that. Mightn't be later, but it's hard to date these, but it's a nice half of a spectacle buckle. Yeah, that's a decent find. Quite like it. This is probably a piece of junk, to be honest. It's got a pattern on, but it's probably the end of a shotgun shell, something like that. I found some of those before. I'm not sure what they are. Yeah. Right, moving on. Lovely little watch winder, as you can see. Fantastic. Don't know how old, probably Victorian. It's quite ornate though, it's quite nice. It's got a little bit of design on there, as you can see as well. Yeah, lovely little find. Whatever this is. Copper hobnail. So I'm hoping it's Roman, but it's bronze and it looks very patterned. It looks very antique. So, and it's got that sort of shape of a nail. It's a pretty cool find, but it's not iron because I dug it and I remember it being low conductor, of course, very small. But the G2 Plus, which I'm still using now, I've been using since December 2015. Still using the same old machine. My dad's got a Deus now and I often use that. And in fact, we'll talk about the Deus in a moment with the hammer that you might have spied out when first started recording. But yeah, onto that in a bit. So next one. Typical run of the mill. Nice condition. Old Head George 5, 1935 halfpenny. Quite a nice coin actually, that, as you can see. 1935. Yeah, it's quite a nice neck one. Quite like those. Nice coins. Are one of my favourite bronze coinages from the reign of Vicky onwards. It's probably one of George V's are always my favourites. Or Edwards actually, they're pretty nice as well. But I always love finding these big bronzes. This one's a penny from 1911. So the first year of his reign. So yeah, nice coin. That one's a bit knackered, but worse for wear. But this one's quite nice. Right. After this one, I've got a George III bullhead, as you can see. Not sure what the date is. It's one off. I think it's below the bust on the obverse, if I remember correctly. It's been found one of these before, but these are always a very welcome find. It's probably the second or third one I've ever found actually. This one's absolutely knackered, but it's a nice find nonetheless. Sterling silver. George III bullhead, 1860 to 1820, any time between those dates. Right, and here's a love token. No idea on the date. It's absolutely blank, nothing on it. But it's probably William III to probably George I. So probably late 17th, early 18th century, that sort of date. This is a bit of silver. Bear in mind, this is all one dig, so I had a fantastic time. There's 2 silvers and a cane for all. So this would have gone probably the top of a cane. I'm pretty sure this is what it is. It's got a silver tarnish to it. I haven't tried the aluminium foil test on it, you know, where it smells like eggs to identify whether it's silver or not. I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty convinced regardless it's silver. I've had things like this before. They've turned out to be cane, top of a cane for all, or that's what it's called. So that's most likely what it is. Right, star of the show, big time. This here is a beautiful particularly rare, seldom for sale on auctions from what I've heard through researching it on the internet. David II half groat, so that's a tuppence basically. It's going to two pennies at the time. In the probably the 1360s when these were minted. It's David II's second coinage. He's a Scottish king, as you can see from those stars in the quadrants on the reverse. This one was minted in Edinburgh. There was a mint, I believe, at Dunfermline Abbey. I believe it's pronounced like that. Anyway, I think there was a mint there. This one's the Edinburgh. But what's very rare about this coin is that they're rare anyway. These are very rare anyway, especially the small head second coinages, which ran from 1357 to 1367. Most of them are Edinburgh, but this is a beautiful example. The script's fantastic. Look at the legend, the Lombardic M there, and the Italic U. That's beautiful. Like, the detail's fantastic. There's a bit of clipping on there. It's probably just how it was struck on a small flan, but it's beautiful example, unfettered example. But what's interesting about this, if you read the Latin legend, David die, which is or deity, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but that means God, and then you expect GRA for, I believe it's pronounced gratia, whatever it is, but or by the grace of, if translated. So this translates, rather than David by the grace of God, King of Scotorum, Rex Scotorum, King of Scotland, King of the Scots, it actually translates just to David, God, King Scotland. So it's considered, makes absolutely apt sense. It's called a graceless, the graceless coinage of David II of this period, which apparently are very rare, and this one's in fantastic nick. So it's this all. If I were to auction it, I don't particularly want to, because I want to keep it. But if I auction it, I might even hit 4 figures. So it's one hell of a rare coin, to be honest. It's made just for that legend, because they're very rare. They're very early type. They corrected this and stopped issuing them and melted a lot of them, having realised a major mistake by calling the Scottish king God. When the English obviously held hegemony over them for most of the history of these separate states. But yeah, fantastic coin that is. Probably my rarest, well, definitely my rarest, and arguably, I would say arguably actually, maybe my best hammer today, because if you watch my videos for a long time, you'll remember when I found a lovely Henry VIII groat, which is larger than this, and that's a fantastic example. It was bent when I found it, folded over, but I shouldn't have done it, but I actually annealed it with a blowtorch and a jig, not a jig, sorry, and a, what you use in woodwork to a clamp, that's it, a clamp to straighten it out, which was a very tedious process, but I managed to do it. But this is definitely my rarest and probably my favourite. I'd say it's my favourite. I love medieval coins, and for Scottish coin to come up in Worcestershire is just strange, especially one of this sort of rarity and eminence above other Scottish coins of this century, 14th century certainly. But lovely find. Anyway, moving on. This stuff here, as you can see, is what I found last year between the lockdowns. I was going to do a video on it back then, but I never got round to it. So yeah, let's just quickly run through these, because the video's running into 15-minute mark now. Lovely George the 6th sixpence. Camera's focus, lovely now. Probably one of my favourite designs of any coin, to be honest, of the 20th century or the modern period of, well, frankly, just milled coinage in general. If you want to consider it like that, this is a beautiful coin. The bold lettering and the reverse legend is fantastic. I love the monogram as well. I forget who engraved the dies, the original die for this, but He did a fantastic job. Brilliant. Love those sixpences. Right, Little Charles I, Rose Farthing. I've never found one of these before. This was last year. One of the digs I went on. Lovely find. Early 17th century. This one is probably a Henry or possibly a Richard, but the bust is very hard to make out. Oh, dropped it. I think it's a shake for some reason. Yeah, and these probably the first Henry. Actually, sorry, the second Henry. I found a small halfpenny, which is most likely third Henry, because of the groat. And I found a halfpenny as well, a few years back. So this is my third Henry. It would be my first Richard if it was a Richard, I think, but it's a bit knackered, but it's alright. It's a decent little hammy. This one's an Edward III, I think, from the bust, most likely. It's a London Mint coin, as most of them are. Yeah, nice little medieval penny. It's okay condition, but wait till you see this one, guys. Look at this stunner. That is a fantastic coin. Edward I. Not sure what class it was. I haven't researched it for a while. Beautiful little penny, medieval penny. Edward I. Look at the reverse on that. Civitas London, City of London, Mint, London Mint again. That's a stunner. And lastly, I found, I think this was July last year, a lovely open work strap end with the dot work, the ring work, which is probably Anglo, or actually yeah, probably Anglo-Norse in provenance, in origin. Typically, open work was associated with the Vikings. I'm not too sure. Well, it might just be an Anglo-Saxon strap end, but it is somewhat anthropomorphic. Looks like sort of frogs or something there. It's hard to explain. Beautiful, beautiful artifact. Probably 8th, 9th century. So, all Worcestershire and all cracking finds. So, that's my update for all of you. And I'll try and make some videos soon if I can. Get out in the field. Might go knocking on some doors to try and get some permissions, in fact. It'd be nice to get some land. And now I've just passed my test recently as well. So a driving test, so I'll be able to possibly go out and get some permissions for myself and make some live videos. I might do some live digs and videos on rallies as well, guys, you know, so and get some more content out there ready for you guys, and keep you all updated, keeping the detecting community going strong on YouTube, and doing my part. So yeah, 2021 is the year now for getting some more videos out, and yeah, just producing content. So appreciate you watching, guys. If you made it to the end, really do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button and like and comment if you wish to do so. And hope you enjoy, and I hope all of you can get out there, and good luck and happy hunting. So in a bit.